Hello and welcome to the Cover1 Halftime Show. I'm your host, Matt Trammell. I'm going to be taking you all across the Concho Valley and West Texas, giving you all the Texas high school football games for this big Week 6. Before we get into all the action, though, I want to let you know that this show is brought to you by the Bass Bunch. So with that, here's a message from Jim Bass Ford.
Do you have a child with special needs? Well, we have a special day of fun just for you. It's the Fall Festival for Children with Special Needs, sponsored by Jim Bass Ford and San Angelo Live. Join us at Jim Bass Ford Thursday, October 26th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. for games, prizes, refreshments, and candy, free for children with special needs and their families. The 2023 Fall Festival at Jim Bass Ford at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road. Don't miss it.
And, of course, thank you, Jim Bass, for always being a part of the show. Okay, let's get into the game that everybody's been wanting to see, and that would be Wall versus Mason. Wall gets on the board first, takes it all the way down there, and a 1-yard touchdown makes it 7-0 with about 11:22 in the second quarter. No score in the first quarter, really defensive game, and expect that all night long. Mason was able to answer. Wall had 3 15-yard penalties on this drive. Shake and bake, get you in there. 7-7, 7:38 left in the second quarter. Then right here, a 1st and 25 for Wall, but they were able to make a catch and get the first down. But unfortunately, were not able to score, had to force a Wall punt. On this punt, things went sketchy. Almost threw it over the punter's head, but was able to grab it and get the kick down there. Next Mason possession here, just a little trick play, but it's not going to work. Going to end the half right here. Just a Mason throw, almost intercepted, wasn't able to hold on to the football, and that's going to make the score 7-7 halftime there in Mason. Of course, before we move on, we got to go down to the field down there at the Puncher Dome. Ryan Chadwick's there to give his take for his first half of his game. So with that, Ryan, what's it looking like?
I'm here at the Puncher Dome out here in Mason, Texas, where the Wall Hawks and the Mason Punchers, longtime rivals, are in an absolute slugfest here at halftime. The score is tied right now, 7-7. Both teams have had turnovers, stops, great defensive plays, but most importantly, to affect the score, both teams have just a bunch of penalties that are keeping this game from going one way or the other. Wall scored first at the beginning of the second quarter, but Mason answered on the following drive. Both teams had multiple opportunities to score in the rest of the second half, but like I said, it's great defensive football out here right now, and both teams just can't really seem to break away from one another. So this is going to be a good one in the second half, and we'll see which Concho Valley team just comes out on top. Back to y'all.
And of course, normally, Destination Ford of Brady is our Brady sponsor, but they let us go out to Mason this week for the Mason Puncher versus Wall game, so go show them some love over there. Of course, Brady's hometown car dealership is the leader is manager Mark Smith. He and his team are 100% behind the Brady Bulldogs, and every week, Destination Ford of Brady offers the Bulldog deal. This week, we're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to call it the Puncher deal. And the Puncher deal is the 2023 Ford F-150 that comes with a 3.9% interest with approved credit and $2,000 in bonus cash. Mark Smith said there are 14 trucks on the lot right now in 9 different colors and 14 different options. This extensive coverage of the Mason Puncher Wall football game is brought to you by Destination Ford of Brady. 110 South Bridge Street in downtown Brady is where you can go get that Puncher deal. All right, let's get into the game that everybody's been talking about all across the state of Texas. Now, it will be Stephenville versus Brownwood. It was so good that we just had to be there. Brownwood was able to get on the board first. Right here, just a long 35-yard bomb. Going to get them 7-0 first quarter score. We knew it was going to be competitive, though. Stephenville was able to answer with a 19-yard touchdown here, making 1 miss, 2 miss, getting the end zone. Is going crazy over there in Brownwood. About last play of the first quarter here, just a huge run, 69 yards to the house for that one, making it 14-7 Brownwood. Then Stephenville was able to drive all the way down, and right here, almost scored. 3rd and 3 Oh, big hit there. Quarterback would come out of the game, but would not matter as they were able to get into the end zone one more time, making this a 14-14 ball game. And, of course, this Stephenville versus Brownwood game is brought to you by Intertel. Intertel has been providing cutting-edge but proven technology for homes and businesses in the Concho Valley. Just like the game of football, good defense is important to winning. Need a security system or cameras? Get a free quote today by visiting Intertel.com or by calling 325-658-8375. All right, now let's move on. We're going to go down to Sterling City, where our Cover 1 reporter Ernesto Rodriguez is down on the field at this game. So with that, I'll just go ahead and throw it to Ernesto.
So it's now 1st and goal here for the Eagles. They're at the 4-yard line after a big reception. Water Valley's got to hold them. Let's see if it's going to be a run play. Man in motion. Hands off up the middle, and he's in. Like Flynn. Water Valley has it at the 30-yard line, starting 1st and 10 after the kickoff. 7:55 to go. Quarterback is in shotgun. 2 receivers on each side, looking down the field, trying to hit a receiver. Is wide open, and as you can see, he's still on his feet, and he's in the end zone for Water Valley's first touchdown. So that was a 70-yard touchdown we just saw, and it's time for the extra point. Water Valley getting set. Play clock's running. 25 seconds to go. And it looks like they're going for 2. And he keeps it. Quarterback has it. Dumps it off, but it's incomplete. 13-6. It's 2nd and 7 for Sterling City here. They're at the 44-yard line. Still on their side of the field. Quarterback has 2 backs in the field. The backfield with him. Hands on. Actually, he keeps it. Dodging tacklers. He's still running. He's got room. No one's going to catch him this time. And that's a touchdown.
At the Eagle 25.
Water Valley has it at the Eagles 25-yard line. Trying to get another score here. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. Quarterback's looking to his left. And he has a receiver wide open and picks it into coverage. And he catches it for a touchdown. So as you just saw, that was a heck of a catch there for Water Valley. And they're going to go for 2 down 21-12. Quarterback rolls out to the left side, carries it into the end zone, and that 2-point conversion's good. Score will be 21-14 with 5:29 to go.
And, of course, our Sterling City coverage tonight is brought to you by Hartman Roofing. At Hartman Roofing, the proof is in the roof. From residential houses to commercial buildings, Hartman Roofing is the roofer you can trust to do it right the first time. To get a quote today, call Hartman Roofing at 325-653-2888. And, of course, the Cover 1 scoreboard is brought to you by Texas Bank. Locally owned and governed, Texas Bank is a proud sponsor of Cover 1 Athletics. Just like the guys on the field, Texas Bank wants to show you what it means to be a team. From checking to savings to personal loans to commercial loans, Texas Bank is here for San Angelo Owens with 3 convenient locations. So, when thinking where to bank, use the local guys at Texas Bank. Now, let's get into some scores. All right, let's finish this out and get into some of these scores. We're going to be starting with Sweetwater versus Lubbock Estacado, 21-6 score there at halftime. Lameda and Eden, 28-12, Eden's down. Lakey and Erie County got a battle over there. Halftime score, 28-22. Big Spring and Seminole, 21-13, Seminole. Sterling City, Water Valley, we showed you some of that earlier, 21-6, Sterling City. Rising Star and Woodson, 54-8, Rising Star. Benjamin Lorraine, 41-8, Benjamin. Abilene High, Amarillo, Tascosa, the Warbirds are up 28-7. Paint Rock and Very Best, 28-6, Very Best. Rochelle and Moran, 30-0, Rochelle. Ronton Robert Lee, the Battle of Coke County, 31-6 right now, Robert Lee's up. McCamey and Lamesa, 27-19. McCamey's up in that one. Had a big lead earlier, but Lamesa definitely came back. John Paul II and Harper, 7-3 score there. Parasol and Stockdale, 14-7 Stockdale. Andrews and Canyon tied at halftime, 14s apiece. Roscoe and Junction, 14-7 Roscoe. Midland Greenwood's up big against Lakeview, 42-0. Reagan County and Kermit, 12-7 Kermit. Brownwood, Stephenville, we showed you this one earlier. This is a 14-7 scoreboard. As we told you, they did score again, so 14-14 there, tie ball game. El Dorado and Wink, 14-7. Mason and Wall tied at halftime, 7 apiece. Nueces Canyon and Menard, 59-14 Menard. Borden County and Abbott, 78-56. That one's final. Abbott wins. Canyon Randall Canadian, 69-28. Canadian wins big. Johnson City and Hempstead, 41-7. Johnson City. Still looking for that Blackwell Panther Creek score, so if you got it, make sure you share it with us. And, of course, this has been the scores page presented by Texas Bank. Make sure you go to sanangelolive.com/scores to keep up to date with all of this. Of course, this was the halftime show. We'll be back after the game to wrap this whole thing up. Until then, I'm Matt Trammell. We'll see you after the game.